The rise of agentic AI means sensitive data is moving across all your global workflows, and this forces a critical boardroom question. Where does your data live? We will explore why data residency is no longer a compliance checkbox but a strategic pillar for scaling AI. In the last few years, AI has gone from a simple tool to an autonomous and semi-autonomous agentic AI system. These systems operate across our workflows, our APIs, and our most sensitive data. Agentic AI has fundamentally changed the data landscape, and it's forcing a question that was once just for compliance teams to become a major boardroom concern. Where does your data live? This is the essence of data residency. The landscape is changing and AI is the driving force. Let's dive right into it. So, what is data residency? Earlier, data residency referred to the physical geographic location where your data was stored and legally governed. In the pre-AI era, data residency was straightforward. We were talking about data at rest, about databases, CRMs, and analytics systems. It was a compliance checkbox. But agentic AI changes everything. It expands the definition of data residency from just where data rests to where it moves. Every single AI interaction generates new forms of data that can be a liability. We're talking about prompts and completions which can contain trade secrets or personally identifiable information. We're talking about contextual memory that allows agents to learn from past interactions. And we're talking about the digital exhaust, the embeddings and logs created by every action. Even transient data, information that's only stored for milliseconds during an inference call, can fall under data sovereignty rules if it crosses a border. AI is not just producing insights, it's generating new data liabilities with every single request. Historically, this was a concern for a very small group, that is, highly regulated sectors like financial services, healthcare, and government. But today, the trend has gone mainstream. Global SaaS providers are on the hook as their products rely on user prompts, inference logs, and telemetry from around the world. And for AI first companies, ensuring jurisdictional control is not just an option, it's foundational to customer trust and their very license to operate. This shift is being driven by two powerful forces. First is global fragmentation. Regulations like the European Union's GDPR enforce strict cross-border data transfer limits. India's Digital Personal Data Protection Act mandates storage of critical personal data within the country. And Australia and Middle East are introducing region-specific AI governance frameworks. Second is geopolitical risk. A prime example is the US Cloud Act, which stands for Clarifying Lawful Overseas Use of Data. And this was passed in 2018, which can grant US authorities access to data held by American providers, even if that data resides outside US borders. This has made non-US organizations extremely cautious, according to Gartner's Understanding the Landscape of Cloud Repatriation and Geopatriation report. Major hyperscalers have also responded with sovereign cloud offerings such as AWS, Google, and Microsoft, each designed to reassure enterprises that are facing rising regulatory fragmentation. In fact, this has led to a major new strategic trend outlined by Gartner in its top strategic technology trends for 2026, where Gartner introduced the concept of geopatriation. Gartner defines this as the relocation of workloads to mitigate geopolitical exposure, but let's dive a bit more into it. This is the relocation from one hosting environment, typically a hyperscale public cloud that is perceived to carry increasing geopolitical risks, to an alternate hosting environment that offers greater sovereignty. And Gartner's projection is staggering. By 2030, they predict more than 75% of European and Middle Eastern enterprises will geopatriate their workloads. This is not just compliance, it's a core technology strategy. So given this complex and high-stakes environment, how do you build for both global scale and local compliance? The answer lies in designing for data sovereignty from the very beginning. A modern sovereign by design agentic AI stack is built on five key principles. Regionalized logging that ensures all logs are stored in the same jurisdiction where they are generated. Jurisdiction aware routing, which intelligently routes model calls to region appropriate APIs and infrastructure. Encryption and key sovereignty, that is using an encryption everywhere philosophy where the customer manages the decryption keys. The ability to easily swap LLM providers, for example, if you can use Mistral in the European Union and OpenAI in the US without any architectural rewrites. And finally, transparent auditing, that is a real-time audit trail of all data interactions you can use to prove compliance. As we have seen, data residency is no longer a simple compliance checkbox. It is a core pillar of your AI infrastructure strategy. And these 5 principles are the what and the why. But how do you actually implement them at scale? The answer lies in a new control plane for enterprise AI. In our next video, we will explore the architecture that makes this possible, which is the AI gateway. Thank you for watching.